Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I know it's not Sunday morning, but here I am. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Tina Bickford. I am an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! Here in the US. And I thought, well, I don't know about you guys, it's celebration, and I just got a big order. Well, big for me, so big order. And when I got my stuff, I was looking at it and I thought, if I want to make sure everyone knows what to do with their ink pads, the labeling of the ink pads, and putting the decals on your cling mount stamps. When I first started a year ago, I didn't know I had to do that. So I had the label on the outside of my ink pad, which was good. So I figured that out. But let me just show you how to label your ink pads and I'm going to show you two ways to put the decals on your red rubber stamps or your cling mount stamps, just in case any of you get any of those cling mount stamps and you're wondering how the heck you get that decal on there. Well, let me switch down to the desk camera really quick. Okay. So I'm going to let's start with the ink pad. So let's just move this out of the way. We'll start with ink pad. So when you get your ink pads, um, they come all wrapped in plastic. I've already removed the plastic wrap from this. But if you turn it over on the back, you have these labels. And so you'll usually have like one or two that are in English, and then you'll have one you can't really see down here that is blank. It's just a label with the color. So the labels themselves are in the same color as the ink. So with these labels, let me just show you on my Lost Lagoon. You're going to put one on the end. Now you can put one on each end if you want. I'm really super OCD about this, so I only want it on one end, and I don't put it on the end with this little the thumb tab is there for you to open them. And this is just because of the way I store it. I just like the way it looks this way. But you can put it on one on each side. So let me just show you with my beautiful new Calypso coral on the back. I'm going to take, they have a little, you can see the little arrow there you can pick up on there. Now, when you pick this up, I've had this do a couple of different things. I've had it remove all, bring all of the labels up with this, and I've had this just come up on its own. So this one just wants to come up on its own. I'm going to now take this the top one that says Calypso Coral, and I'm going to come over here onto the side that I want it, and I'm just going to line it up, easy peasy, line it up. I say easy peasy, line it up and just press it down, and there you go. Now your ink pad is labeled on the outside. But what if you have your ink pad open and you don't have this side facing you, or it's down on the table and you can't see it? Well, we have a solution for that. You can either use the blank one, or if you have another one in the language that you speak, in my case, it is English. I'm going to take this other Calypso Coral label, and I'm going to open my ink pad. This one's brand new, so it's a little tight. Okay, I'm going to open it up, and you can slide it in if you want. I'm going to put this label right here in this little channel. And what that's going to do, and this one is a little bit tricky, so I'm just going to lay that down and press my finger in there just to press it down. So now when I have my ink pads open, I have a label here that tells me what the color is. So if you are one of those people that line up multiple ink pads all at the same time, you can see what the colors are of your ink pads. And And also, if you don't know how these newer ink pad, Stampin' Up! Ink pads open, it's just where this little this little thing is. You just pull it open, flip it up, and you can slide it back, and it locks into place. And then to close it, where your label is, just pull it and then flip it and snap it shut. Okay. All right. So that's your ink pads. And you always want to store your ink pads so that this label, the Stampin' Up! Label, is up, because when you flip your ink over, you always want to store your ink pads upside down. So when you store your ink, when this ink pad flips into the case like this, it is being stored upside down as long as this label is on top. Okay. Now you can leave these stickers on here. You can peel them off. Again, I'm me, so I peel them off. I don't like having those on there because I'm not using them. I'm just going to peel those off, and voila. Now, if you got blends, if you get the alcohol markers or the Stampin' Blend markers, you also want to make sure that you're storing them in a position where they're like laying down this way. Don't store them up like this in, like a pencil holder or a pen holder or anything, because all of the ink will run down to one side, and then the tip that's on the upside will not work as well for you. So always store those lying flat. Okay. And same with your Stampin' Write markers. You'll want to do the same thing with that. So I'll just put that in my folder. Okay. So now on to the stamp sets. I just wanted to do, I wanted to show you. So when you get a photopolymer set, the photopolymer set, all of these little plastic pieces come on an acetate sheet with a little plastic sheet that is covering the other side. All you do is pull them off the acetate sheet and stick them right to the inside cover of your stamp case. This one's right where the pictures are, super easy. One little fell off right there. Okay, so you can see at a glance which ones you have, and if you happen to be missing ones not in the case, you can see very, very easily. Okay, so that's how you do your photopolymer stamps. Very easy, super, super easy. So there's that. I want to just show you for my dies. So I used to take my dies and I used to store them on the inside panel of my stamp case. But sometimes there are so many dies in the package or in the bundle that they don't all fit right there in that spot. And you need multiple sheets to put them on. So when you get your dies, they come in this pretty heavy duty plastic envelope, which I love, and then folded inside of this piece of paper. And it is on a piece of cardstock, or a piece of a heavyweight cardstock. And that heavyweight cardstock is actually, what do I want to say? It's almost, it's like a really thin cardboard, the paper that's on the inside. And they use tape, very similar to like what the tear and tape is. They use tape that is, I swear to God, the strongest adhesive that I have ever in my, sometimes I have a hard time getting peeling the dies off of that. So I don't want to keep them on that piece of paper inside of here. So I found some magnet sheets that are the exact size of this this paper here, this little pamphlet. I got these on Amazon. They're adhesive back. I don't stick them to this. I bought the adhesive back ones because I was putting them on the inside panel of my case. So I wanted the magnet sheet to adhere to that. but I like this better. I just leave them right in here. I put my dies on my magnet sheet. It's folded right up inside of this and tucked right in the envelope so that I actually keep the coordinating dies right with the stamp sets when I have them on my shelf. So that's how I do my dies. And then the last but not least, so I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do your red cling mount. So when you get your cling mount stamps, they do not have a picture on the back like the photopolymer, so that you know where they're supposed to go, or whatever. They come in a sheet like this, and they're all very specific shapes to what they are. And you just break them out of here. Now, I have seen some demonstrators that like to keep this piece and they put it inside their case with their red rubber stamps in them, keeping their red rubber stamps in there. That is not my preference. I find that when I had this piece in here in the case, that I struggled to get my stamp back in there without fidgeting with it. And I just didn't want to do that. So I don't do that. I just, once I have the decal on it, which is your sticky decal, I just stick them right to the back of my case, just like I do the others. So I'll show you a couple of different ways that I have seen. Let me just move that out of the way so that it is not reflecting. All right, so we have this stamp, and this one says, "You're pretty wonderful." So that is this one right here, "You're pretty wonderful." So I'm just going to take this one. I'm going to find where is that one on this paper, and it's right here. So the first way to do this, first, I just want to tell you, you have one chance to do this right. So you need to just go slow and get it on there, right? Don't rush doing this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just peel off. If you can see, this actually has, let me just see. Yes, each one of them have a little cut in the backing paper, the release paper, so that you can easily peel off one side at a time. So I'm just going to peel those off like so. So that's just exposing the sticker that's in there. This is the decal that's going to be on the back of your stamp so that when you're stamping, you can see what's there. So I'm going to also take the paper off of my red rubber stamp, this paper here, just peel that off. And now I'm going to very carefully, again, you have one chance to do this. You can't peel it off and stick it back on. So you have one chance. I'm going to just hover this over this shape. I'm going to line up the shape, and I'm going to put this down very carefully. Put it down, and I'm just going to press. That was pretty good. I lined that one up pretty good. So I'm just going to press. And then when I peel this off, the label is on there. And this is the part that sticks to your acrylic block. So from there, I just come in here and stick it to the inside of the backing. Okay. Let me just show you another way. So I'm going to take this one. This is the one that says, what's this one say? "I'm so glad we're friends." Okay. So I'm going to find that one on here. "I'm so glad we're friends." It's this one right here. Now this way, I'm going to get a block. I'm going to get one of my acrylic blocks and make sure it's clean. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to peel that whole sticker right off of this sheet, the words and all. I'm still peeling the whole thing off, and I'm going to place that on my block. And from here, I'm going to peel that backer paper off here. I do find it's a little more difficult to peel it off with my short fingernails when it's on the block. There. All right. Then I'm going to take the release paper off the back of my stamp. And for this one, I'm going to set the stamp down so that it's face down. I'm going to turn my block over so that the sticker is on this side. And now you can see very easily the shape of that sticker and the shape of your stamp so that you can get them lined up really good. And press right down. And when I do it this way, I do give it just a minute on the block and I press it just a little bit on the block because I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on it and I don't want to, the sticker to peel off. So there it is. And then same thing, this one just goes right inside my case and I'm good to go. And if this always tells you here on the case how many stamps you have. So, it's 10. It's pretty easy to open it up and see that you have 10 to know if you've got one missing. But if you so choose, you can put this in here. I'll just show you, peel those off. So if I put this in here, and you can peel the backing off of that and it doesn't stick great, but it stays in place. So you can do that. And then I just find when I come in here, I just find that I have to kind of fiddle and work around to see, and move this and open this up and then push it in. And I just did not want to fiddle around with that. So I just do that. Easy peasy. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed these tips. I'll just flip back to the laptop camera. Give me a second. Here I am. So I hope that you enjoyed this quick little video. I just wanted to pop on real quick, show you how to do those things because I didn't know how to do them when I first got my cling mouse stamps, and I did it a very different and very hard way. So I hope it saves you a little bit of time, a little bit of frustration trying to figure out how to get those decals on there. And yeah, so if you're watching this and you like this tip and you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and just hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. And if you hit the little bell symbol, you will get notifications every time I go live. So when I have these little pop-up lives for tips that I have, you'll get a notification. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will actually see you on Sunday morning. Bye.